Alright, before I make this video, you are probably wondering where I am right now. I am in my mom's car right now, mainly because I wanted to film this in the dark, and I thought to myself, I thought it would be a lot more cooler if I did it in my mom's car. So pretty much, yeah, let's get to it. To After I Saw The Conjuring 2. Alright, The Conjuring 2 is the sequel to The Conjuring, which is a horror film that I absolutely love. It's the first horror movie slash R-rated movie that I saw in the theaters. I saw it with my dad. I just got back from the theaters. I saw it with my friend, and he just dropped me off at home, so I decided to post on my Facebook what I thought of the movie, and here I am reviewing the film. Now, basically, the plot of this film is you got Ed and Lorraine Warren, who are back to solving ghost cases and stuff like that. And basically, you got this family who lives in this house, and basically is being haunted by this man named Bill, which haunts this innocent little girl. And basically, she's 11 years old, and basically, this film kind of reminds me of The Exorcist just a little bit. I mean, a demon possessing a girl's body, something like that. But yeah, pretty much that is just. It's done in a really good way, though. Now, I'm not going to spoil anything to you or for you, excuse me, but pretty much, alright, I had a few concerns about this movie, and that was that I did not think that James Wan was going to be directing the film because his last film was Insidious Chapter 2, and pretty much he said he wasn't going to make any more horror movies after that, but I was wrong, okay? What were my concerns about this movie that I thought? Well, I do have a couple, and that was the prequel known as Annabelle. I hated that movie. I thought it was just boring and just too many lousy jump scares here and there. And yeah, it was boring. I thought, some asshole that doesn't know horror was gonna direct The Conjuring 2. But guess what? I was wrong. James Wan's back to doing horror movies. Since he made his last movie, Furious 7, it turns out that he's back to doing horror films. So when he directed the first film, so he decided to direct The Conjuring 2. So pretty much, yeah. What do I think of it? Alright, now most horror sequels that come out nowadays, such as Sinister 2, which I did not really care for that movie like that. I did not really care for that movie that much. And Woman in Black 2, which is another horror sequel that I didn't really care that much for. Sometimes horror sequels can be good. Like, we got really good horror sequels, such as VHS 2, Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn. What else? Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Just stuff like that. And where does this lead right here? I'll tell you one thing, guys. This is one of the best horror sequels I have ever seen. This movie was fucking awesome. Alright? This just. Where do I even begin? Alright? James Wan has never let me down. Although Dead Silence was okay, but he really got his career back on the track when he created this film. Alright? This was everything I wanted it to be, let's get into the acting. The acting from Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga and all the other actors are done absolutely fantastic, including the children. The children were well acted in this movie. This film was full of well acting, and let's get into the special effects. Oh my god, I loved the special effects. I thought there was one scene where they used a little bit of stop motion animation like they did in the old days. Like, remember Army of Darkness, where you got those skeletons that were used in stop motion animation? I thought they used a little bit of that when you got this weird guy popping out, like, really just. At least that's what I thought. Let's get into the scares. Alright, this has loads of scary moments. Are there jump scares? Yes, there are. But they're not lousy. Like, really, remember, you know how in most horror movies nowadays it's like, jump scare. Like, really. Like, you turn around and go like, you scared me. Yeah, those kinds of jump scares are fucking stupid. Alright? But the jump scares in this movie, however, are done in a well creative kind of way, okay? You know, I was on the edge of my seat. I was all like, holy shit, what's gonna happen? Wow. And this film just had everything I loved about the first Conjuring, okay? This movie had everything, and it was heartfelt. It had well family moments. It had some kind of funny moments at the same time. It's not a horror comedy. No, it's not a horror comedy. But it's kind of like some comedic moments in a serious movie. Alright? But pretty much this. I just want to say one thing. I loved this movie. I'm not sure if I would say it's as good as the first movie, but I will say one thing. This is probably the best horror movie of the year. Yeah, and that's saying a lot, because I really liked Green Room, but I don't know, but somehow, I don't know. I guess it's because I loved the first movie so much, so pretty much, let me just say, I'm glad that this movie didn't let me down. It had everything I wanted. It was scary. It was intense. It was full of. It was just full of scares that are done in a very well kind of way. So yeah, guys, I recommend this movie. It's a fantastic movie. It was scary as hell. It was a lot better than I thought it would be. You know, I was all like over 2 hours. What the first Conjuring was like an hour and something, an hour and 50 minutes. But you know what? I don't care how long it was. I don't give a fuck of how long it was, because you know what? The Conjuring is a great horror sequel. It was everything I wanted it to be, and I give it a 5 out of 5. I just had one of the best horror movie experiences I've had since the first Conjuring. It follows the last two Insidious movies. There are some shitty horror movies that I saw, but man, there are so many good ones too. Like, really, that's what I love about seeing horror movies in the theaters. They just are just so incredible to see. Like, really, I just love the surround sound and everywhere, and the big screen where the demons or the scary shit comes on. I just love to get scared out of a horror movie. That's what I love about horror movies. It's my favorite genre. Scary as fuck. Definitely one of the best movies of the year for me. That's all that I have to say. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you guys later. Word out.